You're listening to the all-new Saber Chats, the official podcast of the Saber Guild's Outer Rim Temple.
There is a great disturbance.
Have you felt it?
A not-for-profit Star Wars costume and lightsaber performance club that puts on choreographed lightsaber shows for charity. Serving the Inland Empire of Southern California.
Once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, consume you at will, as it did Obi-Wan's apprentice.
Hello everyone, I'm Lord Bruticus, and here we are with the first episode of Saber Chats, the Outer Rim Edition. And what this is a podcast, not the official podcast of the Saber Guild Club overall, but this is a podcast that serves Saber Guild's Outer Rim Temple here in Southern California, which services Riverside and San Bernardino counties, what they call the Inland Empire, just east of Orange County, the OC, where I reside. And what we're going to be doing now, with Saber Chats, the Outer Rim Edition. We're going to be talking about the Outer Rim Temple, what they've done, what they're going to be doing temple-wise here, and some of the charity work that they've done. We're going to be interviewing some of their members as time goes by. Every single month, we're going to showcase a new member of the Saber Guild Outer Rim Temple there. And, of course, we're going to bring back some of the stuff from the old Saber Chats show. Saber Peace Theater was a big hit, and so we wanted to resurrect that. So that's what we're going to be doing. But I'm not going to be doing that by myself. No, as I mentioned, every single month, it's going to be somebody new that's featured here on Saber Chats. And with me this month is the assistant director of Saber Guild overall, but he's also the director of Saber Guild Outer Rim Temple, and I will let him introduce himself, but I think if you listened to the old Saber Chats, you already know who he is. Who are you, sir?
Hi, everyone. This is Etain Thrail, otherwise once known as Jaden Core.
Well, welcome back to Saber Chats, and I guess we're calling this Saber Chat still. It's just Saber Chats Outer Rim Temple Edition, isn't it?
Well, that's right.
Oh, there you go again. That's right. Well, hey, I'm supposed to interview somebody once a month because this is a monthly podcast. So this podcast episode is for July 2015. And so let's go ahead and get that interview thing out of the way. Now, of course, your earthly name is Steven. You're Etain Thrall there in the Star Wars universe, but in the Soul system, they call you Steven, right?
That's right.
That's right. Okay. And you have a character bio, a story that you want to tell people about your character, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You didn't say that's right.
That's right. Darn it.
Oh, well, he said it anyway. Okay, so what is your character bio?
My character bio, well, I've since have a new costume, and so because of that, I created a new character. And the character's name is Etain Thrail. The bio of Etain Thrail reads as follows. Living on the planet of Mandalore as a child during the rule of the Empire, Etain had to learn hand-to-hand combat as well as weapon combat at a very young age. Now as a Jedi Knight within the new Jedi Order after the fall of the Empire, and who studied under Grand Jedi Master Luke Skywalker and Jedi Master Laszlo Toth, Etain quickly rose through the ranks and became one of Master Skywalker's saber instructors because of the training he received on Mandalore. Knowing that his connection to the Force is not as strong as some of the others, however, because of his combat training, he is skilled with a saber.
So after having read all of that, your character's story there, in short, you, sir, are a Jedi.
That's right.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that. Well, as everybody knows, I'm Lord Bruticus, which makes me a Sith. I'm a Lord, you see. And I will not try to lord myself over you. No. You're the director guy here. But maybe, Jedi, you are a do-gooder, and I understand that Saber Guild does do good things. So let's talk about some of the good things. It feels so bad to say good, because I'm a bad guy. But even your bad guys do. Oh, what?
I would say, doesn't it feel good to do good?
It feels good to be bad. but it feels bad to be talking about all this good that you died. I don't know, but you've been your temple's been busy here. You've been doing this Relay for Life stuff, and so tell us a little bit some of the goings on that have been happening lately here with what you've been doing here in the Outer Rim Temple of the Saber Guild, and maybe some of what you've got planned coming up.
Oh, that's fine. Well, in the past several months, since this is our first episode, we've actually been in 3 different Relay for Lives. And that was the Jurupa Valley here in Southern California, the Moreno Valley in Southern California, and as well as the Riverside event in Southern California. And combined, we help support in the raising of funds and awareness for just over $159,000.
So, even indirectly, you've helped raise almost $160,000 for charity at only 3 different events.
That's right.
I knew you were going to say that. Well, that is very impressive. You have impressed the Sith with just those 3 events alone. Now, I've trooped with you recently. I'm also Lord Sidious. Your soundtracks, though, they come from me, and I guess this podcast kind of does too. But nevertheless, I'm glad to be a part of this. And sometimes Sidious is in your show, and he's there kind of not there physically, but kind of spiritually. His voice comes through. Sometimes, when I'm able to, Sidious is there in the flesh with the robes, and he comes out and he has like a little bit of an intro there, gets the audience warmed up, and then the show kicks off. But all that aside, whether I'm there or not, your show is absolutely fabulous. I love the Outer Rim Temple show. Never mind the fact that I helped make your soundtrack for you.
I was going to say, it wouldn't be anything without you helping us.
You're welcome, and thank you, and all that jazz. But nevertheless, I remember being trooping with you at a police kind of thing was a few months ago, and there's a cool picture that I'll use with this podcast of you and I together. You're in your custom Sith, and I'm with my Sidious. How did that event go? What was that for?
That was actually in Redlands, California, and it was kind of like a Christmas block party bash that the Redlands police station put on for the local community.
That was way back in Christmas of 2014. Wow, I didn't think it was that far back. Okay, so about 6 months ago, not too bad, and I'll use that picture. It was a nice one.
It was a great picture,
and so it was a lot of fun. You have a lot of. Well, that's exactly what the whole aim of what Saber Guild does, and a lot of the costume clubs in general, to have fun, but at the same time, have fun with your lightsaber. We love lightsabers, and you get to enjoy yourself, and at the same time, help others too, right?
That's right.
I knew you were going to say that. That's going to be my automatic response every time you say that's right. At least I get the feeling. So, what are some of the things you've got coming up here? I know that you've got an itinerary here with some things that Saber Guild Outer Rim Temple is going to be doing in the upcoming months.
Well, we're going to be working on some of our shows, as well as always recruiting for new members. We are working on getting a couple new events in August and September, but it's a little far for that to go into details on those. But keep looking on our website at www.outerrimsaberguild.com. And there'll be events up there, as well as you can see this podcast and check in to see on how to join.
OuterRimSaberGuild.com, and of course that's where you can find this podcast, and very soon this podcast will also be available on iTunes and hopefully Stitcher as well. But so OuterRimSaberGuild.com, and of course you've got videos on there of some of the shows that you've done, so people can see for themselves exactly what your show looks like. Very, very entertaining, and very, very cool indeed. I think that's going to wrap up this interview, but this episode of Saber Chats is not over yet. As I mentioned, Saber Peace Theater was quite popular in the old Saber Chat, so let's resurrect it with the very first episode of Saber Peace Theater.
Saber Peace Theater proudly presents The Emperor's Throne Room, with Stitch as the Emperor, Mickey Mouse as Luke Skywalker, and Goofy as Darth Vader.
Welcome, young Skywalker. I have been expecting you. You no longer need those. Gods, leave us. I'm looking forward to completing your training. In time, you will call me Master. Gee, well,
You're greatly mistaken. You won't convert me as you did my father.
Oh no, my young Jedi? You will find that it is you that have been mistaken about a great many things.
His lightsaber.
Ah, yes. A Jedi's weapon. Much like your father's. By now you must know that your father can never be turned from the dark side. So it will be with you.
Well, you're wrong. Soon we'll all be dead. And you with me.
Perhaps. Are you referring to the immediate attack by your rebel fleet? Yes. I assure you, you're quite safe from your friends here.
Well, your overconfidence is your weakness.
And your faith in your friends is yours.
It is pointless to resist, my son. I'm your father.
Everything that has transpired has done so accordingly to my design. Your friends up there in the Sanctuary Moon are walking into a trap, as is your rebel fleet. It was I who allowed the Alliance to know the location of the shield generator. It is quite safe from your pitiful little band. An entire legion of my best troops await them. Oh, I am afraid that the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. Come, boy, see for yourself. From here you will witness the final destruction of the Alliance of the insignificant rebellion. You want this, don't you? Your hate is swelling now. Take your Jedi weapon. Use it. I am unarmed. Strike me down with it. Give in to your anger. With each passing moment, you become more my servant.
No!
It is unavoidable. It is your destiny. You, like your father, are now mine. As you can see, my young apprentice, your friends have failed. Now, witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational battle station. Fire at will, Commander. Your fleet has lost, and your friends on the Endor Moon will not survive. There is no escape, my young apprentice. The Alliance will die, as will your friends. Good. I can feel your anger. I am defenseless. Take your weapon, strike me down with all your hatred, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hatred flow through you.
Obi-Wan has taught you well.
I will not fight you, Father.
You are unwise to lower your defenses.
Your thoughts betray you, Father. I feel the good in you, the conflict.
There is no conflict.
You couldn't bring yourself to kill me before, and I don't believe you'll destroy me now.
You underestimate the power of the dark side. If you will not fight, then you will meet your destiny.
Good. Good.
You can't hide forever, Luke.
I will not fight you, Father.
I'm your father. Give yourself to the dark side. It is the only way you could save your friends. Yes, your thoughts betray you. Your feelings for them are strong, especially for sister. So, you have a twin sister. Your feelings have now betrayed her too. Obi-Wan was wise to hide her from me. Now, his failure is complete. If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
Never!
Good. Your hate has made you powerful. Now, Fulfill your destiny. Take your father's place by my side.
Never. I'll never turn to the dark side. You failed, Your Highness. I'm a Jedi like my father before me.
So be it. Jedi. If you will not be turned, then you will be destroyed. Young fool. Only now, at the end, do you understand. Your feeble skills are no match to the power of the dark side. You have paid the price for your lack of vision.
Oh no! Father, please, help me!
Now, young Skywalker, you will die.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Saber Piece Theater. We now return you to your regularly scheduled podcast. Brought to you by the makers of Advil, advanced medicine for pain. Just kidding.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Star Wars and all things in the Star Wars universe are the intellectual property of Lucasfilm Limited, all rights reserved. Saber Guild and Saber Chats are not sponsored or endorsed by Lucasfilm.
Once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, consume you it will, as it did Obi-Wan's apprentice.
Saber Guild is a fan-operated organization used under authorization. All original content on this podcast, unless otherwise indicated, belongs to Saber Chats.
It is too late for